Under the banyan tree, the Buddha sat, serene and attentive, with his disciples gathering close to seek wisdom. The cool breeze carried whispers of leaves as the sun danced through branches, dappling light upon the earth. A sculptor among the disciples stepped forward, his face shadowed with frustration, longing for guidance from the enlightened one. "Master," said the sculptor, bowing respectfully, "I struggle to create beauty, for my thoughts are restless and cloud my hands." The Buddha gazed at the sculptor, his eyes calm yet piercing, like the ocean's depths revealing hidden treasures. Creativity thrives when the mind is free. Like a bird soaring without chains, the Buddha said, his voice gentle, "Before you shape the external, you must first sculpt the internal," he continued. "For art is the mirror of the soul." The sculptor listened, his heart trembling under the weight of these words, yearning to grasp their profound significance. "Look to the lake," the Buddha gestured to the water. "Its surface reflects perfectly when undisturbed by ripples of agitation. So must your mind be clear, undistracted, and calm. For only then can creativity emerge like the lotus," he explained. The disciples murmured in agreement, their eyes fixed on the still water, its clarity embodying the Buddha's teaching. The sculptor knelt beside the lake, observing its surface, seeking to understand the tranquility the Buddha had described. "Master," the sculptor asked hesitantly, "how can I calm the mind when thoughts storm within like thunderclouds?" The Buddha smiled, radiating patience like the dawn light embracing the world, and began to offer his guidance. "Observe each thought as you would the clouds above, neither clinging nor judging, simply letting them drift past," he replied. "Mindfulness, practiced with diligence, will still the winds within, leaving the canvas of the mind blank for creation. Sit in meditation each day, focusing on breath and presence, and your creativity will flow as naturally as a stream." The sculptor nodded, determined to follow the path laid by the Buddha, yearning for the serenity that fosters artistry. For when you sculpt from a calm mind, the essence of truth shines through your work, the Buddha continued. True beauty arises not from perfect form but from the purity of intention and connection with the eternal. The sculptor lowered his head, his eyes reflecting the glint of the water. Embracing the hope the Buddha had given, he began his practice the following morning, sitting in meditation before touching his tools, listening deeply to his breath. Days turned to weeks, and the sculptor's heart softened, his work transforming as he attained peace within his own being. What once felt clumsy now flowed like a melody, revealing the intricate wisdom embedded within his mind's tranquility. The disciples witnessed his transformation with amazement, seeing how his sculptures radiated an unspoken truth from their contours. "Master," the sculptor said one day, bowing deeply, "your teaching has shown me the way to unite my mind and art." The Buddha placed a hand upon the sculpture's shoulder, saying, "You have uncovered wisdom within yourself. Like gold within the earth, continue to cultivate peace within the mind. For in this serenity, creativity will forever bloom as spring renews the earth." The disciples left the banyan tree, enriched with the Buddha's teachings, carrying seeds of mindfulness in their hearts. The sculpture's work became renowned, not for perfection but for the depth of soul it conveyed in its timeless beauty. Thus, the Buddha taught how stillness and mindfulness can transform creative work, shaping both the artist and the art. Another day, beneath golden skies, the Buddha wandered along the edge of rice fields, surrounded by disciples seeking wisdom and solace. The air carried the sweet aroma of harvest, and villagers toiled, their hands weaving the threads of daily labor's tapestry. A weaver approached the Buddha, his shoulders heavy with discontent, his heart burdened by doubts about the worth of his craft. "Master," the weaver said, bowing deeply, "I weave with care, yet my work is overlooked. dismissed for its simplicity. The Buddha paused, studying the weaver as one might examine a fragile branch trembling in the wind's grasp. Creation, like a gift offered with open hands, must not carry the weight of expectation, the Buddha softly began. The farmer sows seeds without demanding thanks from the soil, and the rain falls without yearning for gratitude. He continued, in creation, seek not recognition, for the joy is found in the act itself, unclouded by desire or judgment. The Buddha bent down, lifting a stalk of rice that swayed humbly in harmony with the gentle rhythm of the breeze. Behold, the rice, feeding countless souls without complaint, existing not for praise but for the nourishment it provides. The weaver listened, his heart stirring, thoughts of rejection slowly dissolving in the pool of the Buddha's wisdom. How do I endure the ridicule that often accompanies simplicity? Master? The weaver asked, his voice trembling with vulnerability. The Buddha's gaze softened, his expression radiant like the sun as it rises to warm the world's coldest shadows. Ridicule is a passing wind, never altering the essence of what stands firm and true within your heart, he replied. Create as an offering of compassion and love, for when work arises from kindness, it cannot be diminished by words. Your fabric, though simple, carries warmth, weaving threads of connection and comfort for those who find shelter within its embrace. The weaver bowed, deeply moved, resolving to pour his heart into his craft. Free of the chains of longing for approval, he began his work anew, weaving each thread with quiet devotion, each stitch infused with purpose, love, and care. Days passed, and villagers marveled at the weaver's transformation, finding solace within the fabric crafted from his unwavering compassion. Master, the weaver said, approaching the Buddha, your guidance has freed me to create with joy and gratitude, unshaken by judgment. The Buddha smiled, saying, compassion is the seed from which true artistry grows, and the fruits of love touch every soul. Continue creating, not for yourself but as a gift to the world, for gifts born of love endure beyond time. Disciples gathered near, absorbing the Buddha's teachings, their minds nourished by wisdom as fields are nourished by the river's waters. The Buddha's words spread like the sunlight over the valley, illuminating hearts, reshaping views of labor and the essence of creation. The weaver's fabric became a thread in the tapestry of life, its simplicity cherished for the comfort and warmth it gave. Thus, the Buddha taught how compassion transforms creation into an act of generosity, interwoven with the fabric of universal truth. Another day, under a fading sky, the Buddha sat near a crumbling monastery wall, his disciples gathering with quiet anticipation. The wall, aged and weathered, carried the marks of time's passage, its erosion a reminder of life's fragile impermanence. A young poet approached the Buddha, her face etched with sorrow, her heart weighed down by doubts of creativity's fleeting nature. Master, she began, bowing low, my words, though heartfelt, dissolve with time, lost like echoes in the vastness of life. The Buddha gazed at her gently, his eyes reflecting the calm wisdom of mountains untouched by fleeting storms. All things, child, bear the truth of impermanence. Creation is no exception, for its beauty lies not in eternity, he said. The poet's tears lingered on her cheeks, her voice trembling as she asked, what purpose, then, does fleeting creation serve? The Buddha touched the crumbled bricks, his movements serene as flowing water, and smiled with quiet reassurance. The wall once stood tall and proud, sheltering many, yet its value remains, though its form has changed. Impermanence does not diminish purpose. It reveals the beauty of the moment, cherished in its fullness, however brief. He gestured to the sky, where clouds drifted, transforming constantly, creating transient wonders within their fleeting dance. Behold the clouds, They paint the heavens anew each moment, dissolving into rain that nurtures life. Unbound by permanence, the poet listened intently, her sorrow beginning to wane as understanding seeped into the crevices of her troubled thoughts. Creation, like clouds, carries meaning beyond its duration, touching lives, inspiring hearts, and offering glimpses of timeless truths. The Buddha explained, "Do not seek permanence in your words. Write for the joy of expression and the light they cast upon the present. Your poetry flows like rivers, carving paths that nourish lands. Even if the river itself shifts and transforms endlessly." The poet knelt beside the Buddha, seeking solace, her spirit uplifted by the profound wisdom of his tender guidance. "How can I embrace impermanence without despair, Master?" she asked, her voice laden with quiet hope. Yearning for enlightenment, the Buddha's smile deepened, radiating the gentle warmth of the sun, dissolving shadows cast by fear of life's uncertainties. "Do not resist impermanence, for to cling is to suffer. Accept its truth, and find liberation within its gentle rhythm. Write your words as freely as birds sing. Each note may fade, yet the melody lingers in the hearts it touches. Let your creativity arise from the moment, unburdened by longing for permanence or fear of its inevitable loss." The poet bowed, deeply moved, her mind echoing the Buddha's teachings, the beauty of transience resonating within her soul. She began to write anew, embracing each fleeting inspiration, crafting her verses with joy, lightness, and gratitude for impermanence. Days turned into months, and her words brought comfort to many, reflecting truths that transcended the bounds of time. The disciples witnessed her transformation, marveling at the wisdom of embracing impermanence as a source of boundless creativity. "Master," she said, her heart full, "your guidance has taught me to embrace the moment, letting my poetry bloom with ease." The Buddha touched her hand lightly and said, "Your words, though impermanent, shine timeless light, illuminating hearts across the endless flow of life. Remember, impermanence carries gifts of renewal, transformation, and growth. It is not an end, but a beginning within every ending." The disciples departed, their hearts nourished by the Buddha's teachings, carrying seeds of impermanence to plant within their creative endeavors. The poet's verses became cherished, not for permanence, but for the beauty they carried in the fleeting embrace of their existence. Thus, the Buddha taught how impermanence can inspire and transform creative work, bringing profound joy to life and art alike. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.